Satnam, Satnam. Here we are live, 12:12, and Samaj had to run and pee. So he sat doing his hour meditation, and as soon as we opened our eyes, he's like, I gotta run. So he'll be back anytime, but I wanted to make sure that I came online on time. So another gorgeous day. Let me give you a flip around. We're in Lucchesi Park. If you've done the Kriya to Become Crystal Clear, which is one of my favorites, that was filmed here. Beautiful waterfalls. So this is what we had in front of us. Is a farmer's market today. Oh, look who's coming. Maybe you thought he deserted me like he said he was going to yesterday when he told me it was the last one. So we haven't spoken since we opened our eyes. We've just done our second hour. How was that for you?
It's good.
So Samaj has got allergies right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my
his
shades
eyes are
back
really
on
sore, which is why he's not as animated as he normally is.
Yeah, allergies in this area.
Yeah.
I guess pretty severe, they say.
So we just came from a meeting with the wonderful people at Work Petaluma, which is a co-working space. Just an amazing bunch of people. I went there last week, loved them so much that I had to take Samaj back this week. And they kindly let us duck out of their meeting at 11 so that we could dash across. Got 11 minutes, or these 11s, 11 minutes to get across to Lucchesi Park, sit on yet another uncomfortable bench. What is with these public benches?
I think people design benches not to be sat on. I think that's what it is.
And then, do you find how interesting it is? So we just sat on this bench here, and actually there's a farmer's market going on, which we didn't necessarily know. And we're not bothered, but there was quite a lot of foot traffic. A lot of strollers and children and people. But of course we had our eyes closed. And this time, the sun was shining. I just really felt like I didn't use my accessories. So if you saw yesterday's video, I said that this is the perfect accessory for meditating in public. Who knows what you're doing? But today, actually, I sat with my eyes closed next to Samaj in the park. And people, do you see the little kids? So one little kid goes, what are they doing?
What are they doing?
Mum says, they're meditating. The next kid says, what are they doing? What are they doing? What did she say? They're relaxing.
Yeah, they're relaxing.
Which was a different one.
Yeah.
And then, little Dixon's mom, actually, I don't know who that is. Oh, we've got low battery again. Funny. Little Dixon's mom fell in the water when she was young, and so now she doesn't want Dixon to go near the water. That one came to me like, wow, that imprint of that fear, because she said, Dixon, keep away from the water, and then told the mom with her that when she was small, it wasn't this body of water, but she fell in a body of water. How we pass on our fears. That was just, one of the other things I thought, being able to think, was how interesting it is to view the world. You want to come a little closer? View the world through closed eyes. So you become, all your other senses obviously become a bit more heightened, right? So did you smell like the barbecue and stuff coming across? Like every whisper of wind had new information. It was that if your eyes were open, you possibly wouldn't take notice of, right? But because our eyes were closed, so the sounds, we could hear the people, and I wasn't tempted to see who they were. I'm quite happy just to stay there and be still and know that people are probably going, what's going on there then? Well, what's going on there then is we're sitting and dropping wherever we are for the next 38 days now, because we're in day 2 at 11:11 and coming live to you at 12:12. And, we are doing it because to let our thoughts get out. I mean, isn't it quite nice? I'm really actually kind of liking this. And I just, so much training in keeping my mind coming back. And so there is, when I sit down, I do tend to have like an empty space here. But then there's stuff going on all around, and then there's things come across, and it's okay.
but we spend so much time thinking, right? Thinking. And so we have all this stuff going on, and yeah. And if you just sit and drop for a moment, the hour, number one, the hour goes by really quickly. Like when the bell goes off, it feels like it's been 5 minutes, maybe 10, if you're actually tuned into that. But the time is just, when the timer goes off, you come back and it's really quick. And we don't give ourselves the opportunity not to be engaged, not to be plugged in all the time. It's like this phone said, low battery. That thing needs to be plugged in. Plug yourself in.
It's underpowered.
It's underpowered. We need something. I don't know what it is, and just
where do we get our power from?
Yeah,
when we plug in?
Well, and maybe it's powering down is what gives you that power. It's like
the
going
ability
into
to power back up.
that sleep mode,
Right.
that hibernation mode, and when you come back, you use less energy, and therefore you're re-energized in a sense.
Well, yeah, and if you never turn your phone off, it never updates. And
Nope.
so these things, we're very similar to our devices, and yet we seem to think we should just be able to keep going because our devices help us keep going even more.
And we've told if you're not doing something, you're not being productive.
Right.
You know?
And you have to do to be productive.
Absolutely.
But we're human beings, not human doings.
And I thought about that in the meditation about judgment. So you
We're
automatically
both in
judge.
judgment.
You
We're
automatically
both there.
judge yourself first before anybody else. So like we were at the co-working space.
Yes, work.
And
Work Petaluma.
we're at work Petaluma, and we had this topic about
Retirement.
Retirement, and and I don't know if this happens to you, but when I talk, it's like, well, am I saying the right thing? Is my point coming across clear enough? Am I staying on topic? And you're judging yourself. Everybody else is totally fine, right? But you have these little thoughts, and like I don't stand that,
Right.
but I realize like these are things, these are scripts running in the background that keep us from potentially doing what it is that we want to be our authentic selves, right? To show up as who we are, because the script is always running. And how do we change that? And maybe this is one of the ways that we reset, is to take this moment to of non-reflection reflectiveness in a sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what and maybe that's what is needed.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good point, is that this is one of the ways. So there isn't any one way that is going to make you or your life feel better. But there are lots of things that you may need one or more at any time, and they may change. My meditation practice has changed over the years because of time constraints, because of where I am in my journey. And so be kind with yourself along the way, and know that there's many ways to get there, but you've got to start taking one of them or two of them. Like you've got to start doing something. Because life will just keep us going and going and going, and then you look up and you're like, oh my God, I'm 40, oh my God, I'm 50, oh my God, I'm 60, oh my God, I'm dead. Right? Where did the time go? So it's very interesting when you're talking about, when the topic of retirement comes up, it's most, and obviously it's about how we're going to keep ourselves, how we're going to pay for ourselves, but there's not a lot of conversation about how we're going to enjoy ourselves and what value that people who are more older in their years have so much value to give back, in the co-working space. So it's, how old was the lady, in her 80s?
She was almost 80.
Almost 80.
Yeah,
and she's editing books, and she's so much wisdom to someone who's writing a book that we need to be more aware of that old respecting our elders, not respecting them, actually incorporating them and using them as viable people, because and we're talking about this because that's where we're going. He's 2 years from being 60, I'm 6 weeks from being 50. We're about to be shelved.
Right? Put out to pasture. That's it. You're done.
I'm a 50-year-old woman, I'm done. That's it, off you go. We have no more use for you. So not true. So that's.
I also had this other thought, like model of thinking or model of thought, and where if you made it into an equation, it would be your belief plus plus proof equals your model of thought, or your because we have these belief systems, and then they're proved somehow. They're proved through science, or they're proved through your community belief system, or whatever you believe. And once you have that proof, that is your thought. That's the thought, and that is the way that we approach how we see things until we shake that snow globe up and say, well, wait a minute, there may be other proof, or there might be other ways to believe this same thing. But because once again, we're at the workspace, and it's interesting listening to people. Like, some people are very science-based, and if science says it's this, then they believe it. And then I was thinking, well, where does this information come from? So that's only a small segment, and is the information trying to skew your belief towards a certain point of view? And we all have that. Like, some people may listen to KPFA, some people may watch CNN, and so you're arriving at these conclusions, but they're just arbitrary. It's just arbitrary ways of thinking, which can be changed very easily. So
well, it's interesting you should say that, because actually that's what we work on and I didn't plan that. That's what we work on in week 2 of Get Your Happy Back. Is a belief system.
Yep.
And so there's this whole belief system and value system are 2 of the things that we work on in that week. There's 9 things that we work on, and getting back down to that value system and your belief system is huge. All these things that we've brought with us, we just bring them with us until we question them. And then, you're doing something, living a different life, and it comes out, and you go, hold on a minute, that's not, here would say that, Californication would say it doesn't resonate with me, it's not in my vibration. Whatever you want to say, you just go, oh, hold on a minute, no, that's not me anymore, And so we bring those from our environments, from, like you said, from growing up, from our domestication, from being told, Dixon being told that it's dangerous to be by the water. It's That's a little tiny lake here, that it's dangerous for him to be by the water because his mom fell in the water when she was a child, completely unrelated. Right? So that little boy now will probably go and tell his little boy, if he has one, don't go near the water. It's dangerous. And he will also have picked up more empirical evidence of his own that other things, the geese, the people, they're dangerous too. So let's pass that on as well.
Exactly.
So our belief systems.
And his mother.
And the proof is, my mom fell in.
My mom fell in.
And then they may even prove it even more by he may actually fall in. And then empirical proof that if you go near the water, because we will prove ourselves to be right. We're very clever at that. We like to do that.
It's interesting.
It is interesting. So better moods today. We did with no crankiness before the filming.
But I do have a sinus headache.
He does have a sinus headache.
But I forgot about it up until right now, with the sun shining on it. I was like, oh yeah, I had a sinus headache. But in the meditation, it just went away.
The water was very nice. We've got I think I showed you if you were here earlier. Let's just show you where we are. There's a farmer's market behind.
There it is. And there's the waterfall.
Waterfall.
Does that look battery?
So, no, I think we're going to be good because we're going to leave in a moment. So we're going to be back here every day at 12:12. The beautiful thing about it is we don't know why. So all I got, and Samaj just came along because he got kind of roped in, but he's actually a really willing participant now, aren't you?
No, I'm still roped. I'm tied. You can see behind my back. I'm tied up here. Jesus, please let me go, lady.
So anyway, so I said we'd do 40 days, and that we would do it at 11:11. We would sit for an hour, sit and drop, we're calling it, and the roaming mind meditation. You let it go, baby. You close your eyes. You sit however you would like, and put a timer on, and that's it. Forget the world, exists outside of you. Because it's all just an illusion anyway.
Allow everything.
Allow.
To circle in and out and
you're safe.
Whatever.
And so we'll be back at 12:12 every day for the next 38 days. This is day 2. We'll be in Orange County at the end of the month, so we'll be coming live from the OC. Woo! We're loving the OC.
The OC.
Holla, holla, holla if you're in the OC. Okay, I can see these videos over the next 40 days are just going to get more and more crazy. What were you doing there? Anyway,
It
yes,
was
we will.
backwards. The O
Yeah,
and the C, and it was CO. I didn't know it was co. It was.
A video camera.
It is a video
Yes.
camera. Good morning.
Hi.
It's the beauty of life passing by. So yes, we'll be back here. Well, back at 12:12, wherever that takes us. So yesterday, as we said, we were at the gym, and the car was at the mechanics. So we were in town, downtown. And today we were in a meeting. So we left at 11 so we could come, and this is what we're going to do. This is our commitment for the next 40 days. We love having you witness it. If you'd like to join us, do join us. Sit and drop for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour. Whatever you've probably got more than you think, and the more you put in, you know, there could be more doing by less. There could be more doing by doing less.
Yeah.
You know, so
Less
there's.
is more.
If you just think about all those thoughts, all that shit that you're just taking around with you all day long, like a little kid pulling at your pant leg, mama, 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 just all day long while you're trying to do your things. That's your mind, that's your thoughts. And all your mind, just like little Johnny, all it wants is for you to sit down with it occasionally and just let it do its thing without you trying to do your thing while it's doing its thing. Right? Just give your mind a break, right? And see what it will give back to you. We don't know. We have no idea. And as I said, when we said we're coming live at 12:12, I don't know what we're going to be doing. We're going to pick some cards and talk about those along the way. But really, all we know is we are going to be here. And we are good with we don't know. And we're excited to see what that means. And I can already see on day 2, and maybe you can as well, that my boo-boo here, my love, and he's not in front of the camera as much. He's just, you know, different and animated.
Because I'm roped.
Because he's roped. I'm going to rope him next time too. He likes it. Anyway, that's a whole different story. That's a whole new podcast.
Right?
Right, yeah. Sex in your 50s and 60s.
Right. I'm not saying anything. That's it.
Okay, with that, we're going to leave you, love you, and leave you, as we used to say in England. I'm going to love you and leave you. But let us know down below, where are you tuning in from? Do you do a practice, or is it making you go, I wonder what those crazy fools are going to do, what they might find out? We'd love to know, because we want to get to know you as much as you're getting to know us.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, my loves. Mwah. Love you, love you, love you so very much. We will see you 12:12 tomorrow. Satnam.
Satnam?
It did the 17th.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I can't see. Oh, I'm blind.
We didn't take our after photo.
I'm a blind man. Well, we can take it now.